Peace and love, y'all. Brother Ali. Just had to make a quick video. I know I do a lot of studying. I don't make a lot of videos. I don't post a lot. And there's a reason for that. It's unfortunate that a lot of our people are not acclimated to accepting truth. They're more concerned with the messenger than they are the message. So a lot of times truth goes by the wayside. The reason I want to make this video is because there's a issue that I have, let's call it. Not just myself, but a lot of people in the conscious community look at Freemasonry, Eastern Stars, Shriners, etc., and they go, okay, what's the point? What's the purpose? And all of that. The first thing that I'm going to say about Freemasonry is if you do enough studying, if you do enough research, you'll find out that Freemasonry is a craft that has its origins on the continent of Africa. And I'm going to leave it at that. So there's no, in my opinion, need for a requirement to be recognized by a European body. Okay? I actually give lectures on this, and I've spoken to many Masonic brothers about that. So I'm going to leave that at that. Okay? The other thing I wanted to touch on a little bit is the whole Shriner, Daughters of Isis. And anybody that knows me knows I'm a Moor, knows I'm a reclamated Great Seal Moor. One of the biggest issues I have with Shriners is when we examine the origin of the shrine as a fraternal subset of Freemasonry, that's one thing. But then you actually have the Shriners who protected the pilgrims on their way to worship. Now, those Shriners of the Halweti order didn't eat pork. They didn't smoke. They were disciplined. They were fierce fighting men. So my contention and my issue is that, unfortunately, a lot of the so-called Shriners have no idea how serious the implication of those degrees goes. Also, they don't really understand the implications of what it has to do with ancient Egypt, or Kemet, or Tamaray. The issue that I have is, in one breath, you say, oh, I'm a Shriner, I'm a this, that, and the third, but then you propagate falsehood. Now, if you feel some kind of way about Christianity and you feel some kind of way about what your pastor tells you every Sunday, you might not like where this is going. So you might stop the video now. Go ahead and stop it. Don't go any further. But the bottom line is this. There are a lot of things that are part and parcel of making people have the mindset that they have now. One of the most dangerous things that was done when the European colonized the planet, as Dr. Clark said, is they colonized the very minds of people, and they colonized the concept of God or the supreme creator in people's minds. So if you're going to continue to propagate a falsehood, take it how you want. And I'll be willing to debate any pastor that you can find. What happens is we're propagating the problem. You know, the more we go out there and we talk about religion and practicing Christianity as it's practiced now, is we're creating more problems. We're part and parcel of the problem. So that's my contention, is that it's too many of the brothers that are Masons that are falling in, and Shriners are falling in line to this lie. Now, if you know that certain things aren't true, why would you propagate them? Unless you really don't know. And I think a lot of times what we're dealing with is brothers that really don't know. Same thing applies for the Shrine. Same thing applies for the DOI. If I give you information to tell you that Christianity, right, comes from the study, through our study, ancient Egypt, the pyramid texts, the UNIS, the pyramid text that UNIS has, and different, the books of the dead, or what they mistakenly call the book of the dead, which is the book of going forth by day and night. And I can tell you line by line and show you that all of these things that are in Christianity come directly out of Egypt. So why is it that we're continuing to promulgate and propagate a doctrine? So I always ask a question to my Mason brothers and sisters, and I say, well, okay, you would agree with me that at some point, the descendants of Africans in America were held in indentured servitude or slavery, okay? Because we weren't slaves. Slave is a Slav, it's a Slavic word. That's a whole nother ballgame. But if you agree with me that we were slaves here, then you have to say, okay, did the slave master give us a religion? And without a doubt, you'd have to agree with me and say yes. So once you say yes and you agree that the slave master gave you a religion, then you have to ask, how is it possible for the slave master to be in his church on Sunday, the slave to be in his church on Sunday? They both praying to the same God. Who's God gonna listen to? The slave master saying, "Thank you, Lord. Please keep these niggas dumb, deaf, and blind, so I can prosper," or the black people in their church saying, "Please, Lord, kill the master and let us free." It don't make sense and it can't add up. So now, don't look at me crazy, or don't look at me like there's something wrong with me when I say, "Well, I don't buy that because I can prove to you by A, B, C, and D." It don't make no sense. Or you agree with me that it came from a slave master. But the problem is for y'all, for so many of y'all, is it's so convenient to stay in that lie. It's way easier for you to continue to thank you, Lord, and praise Jesus and eat your pork and your ribs and your fat back, which the Bible tells you you're not supposed to do, right? It's way easier for you to live like that because you could drive a nice car if you don't buck the system. You can have a nice house if you don't buck the system. And that's the problem that we have. Too many people want to be Masons, want to be this, that, and the third. But then when we start dealing with what's really the matters at hand, y'all want to stay complacent. I don't respect no Mason or I don't respect no Shriner when I see you eating pork. That's not what a Shriner does. You got that Quran talking about Assalamu alaikum, but then you're going to turn around and eat pig feet. How that work? Turn around and put a Newport in your mouth. How that work? Turn around and drink like a fish. How that work? And then you wonder why people are starting to look at us and go, that's just a nigga club. It's just something for them niggas to do. When in actuality, we supposed to be in these communities bringing enlightenment to the people. We supposed to be in these communities living examples of healthy life. So my concern and my contention is all you Masons, all you so-called Masons, I should say, all you so-called Shriners, wannabe Shriners, all you wannabe daughters of ISIS that get that light and then roll up to the church on Sunday and still scream Jesus and is not out there promulgating the truth, you part of the problem. You're really part of the problem. I don't care how you take it. You're part of the problem. If you look at yourself and you say, am I happy? Am I healthy? Can't be morbidly obese talking about you healthy. Nobody want to listen to that. So just take a second, reach out to us. You can reach out to me directly, United National Moors of America directly, St. John's Lodge directly. Reach out to us and we can get you some training, get you some information. But the problem is we cannot keep promulgating and propagating things that we know aren't true just because it's comfortable. Just because it's comfortable. It don't make no sense. How you gonna have, you supposed to be Masons and Eastern Stars dealing with the truth. We supposed to be promulgating truth. But you scared. You scared to tell people, yo, some of that stuff in that Bible was messed with. It don't make sense. I can go right to Genesis 1. We ain't even gotta leave Genesis 1. You got days before the sun's made. You got plants growing before the sun. Yo, but I'm wrong. When I point it out and I say, yo, people, we gotta think better. Anybody that think that you can have plants without a sun, anybody that think you can have a day without a sun, there's something fundamentally wrong with your thinking. So let's really, really, really make a concerted effort as those who choose to be Masons and Eastern Stars. And if you decide to go on to the shrine and all of that, let's study these things. Turn the goddamn TV off. Yo, you not making no money off the NFL. I bet y'all didn't know. In order to distract the Roman citizens, they would put on these big expensive games in a place called the Colosseum. Where do they play football at now? Your stadium. Yeah, but it's a coliseum. It's the same thing. You're still distracted by games. You can't tell me you get anything tangible. Hey, I watch a Super Bowl. That's about it. It's the only thing. Anything else is just, it doesn't matter to me. It's not putting food on my table. It's not making me any healthier. Yeah, you might enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with enjoying anything. But if you're obese and you sitting down with a rack of ribs, you diabetic, damn near sick and half dead, and you sitting down, you got enough time to sit down and watch other people who are really healthy running around on the field, there's something wrong with that. You don't see nothing wrong with that? You don't see the distraction in that? You could tell me more about the damn fictional empire, but then when I start asking you about the empires of Songhai, the empires of Mali, the empires of Ghana, let's talk about Kemet. You can't tell me about that, but you can tell me about the damn actors and actresses on that BS show? Come on, man. But you a Mason, right? You Mason. I'm a Mason, bro. Come on, man. We got to do better. So with that said, man, peace and love. Y'all be good. Until next time. Peace.